Well, it's a lovely day again anyway. See the old current band for 2 days in a row, can't be bad. Especially in December. Yeah, anyway, I recently, well, about 18 months ago, I made the switch from Android to iOS. Went pretty well actually, you know, it wasn't too bad changing to that. Obviously iOS is very, very well supported, you know. I mean, everyone who make an app, make it for iOS, doesn't they, and Android, you know. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't too bad. The only thing I found wrong with iOS is the lack of customisations, you know. I started missing widgets and stuff, you know, and being able to make my own home screens and stuff. Other than that, it wasn't too bad, but my only other complaint was the fact that, like, I use my phone a lot for photography, which I'm really into, and I found sort of like you got to take a picture, then, like, you know, go into your editing app. You then got to edit your picture, save it, then come out of that, go into Instagram, upload it to that, you know. I mean, that might be different now with iOS 7, but I find that Android just allow you to do everything much, much more smoothly. You know, like on Android, you sort of take your picture, you can then view it straight away, share it to, like, you know, your photo editing app. You know, you ain't got to come out of the app, that'll automatically open that app for you, and you know, then you can share it like to Instagram or Tumblr, you know, your blog or whatever you choose to do with it. And about sort of a month ago now, I made the switch. Well, because obviously I decided to sell the iPhone 4. And I went back to Android on my HTC One X, which I must add, I absolutely loved that phone till it went wrong. I'm a sort of mobile phone technician as well, so I did have a little go at it, but I ended up, you know, I did get it working, but that was still faulty and usable, but faulty. So I decided to take that £10 a month contract. And I got a sort of Nokia Lumia, which is Windows Phone 8. Bit of a strange experience that was. After being with Google for so long, you know, having my contacts, my calendars, and, you know, my notes and stuff all synced to Google, and then switching to a Windows Phone-based system. God, very strange. Trying to migrate all my Google stuff over to Microsoft account was a little bit tricky, but I did get there. I done it the same day. But yeah, Windows Phone 8 is not actually too bad. I do actually quite like it. It's not as customisable as Android, you know. You only get one home screen, you get like sort of tiles, you can pin like your tiles, what you want to it and stuff. But yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, I don't really have any massive complaints with Windows Phone 8. But the only downside to it is a lot of the apps I was using on iOS and Android, I can't get on Windows Phone 8. Like Zello, which is a walkie-talkie app. I used to use that quite a lot to speak to my brother-in-law and, you know, a few other people and stuff. But I do hear they're bringing it out for Windows Phone 8, so who knows, you know. Might be alright. Yeah, hopefully they do. You know, I know they do BBM now for Android and iOS, but that's never really interested me, that. And I actually started off as a BlackBerry technician, and I can honestly say them phones are fucking terrible. They are absolutely crap phones. Nokia is a good reliable phone. HTC are not the, they're good phones. If you get one of the high-end models like the One X or the HTC One, they now do the One Max and stuff, they're quite good phones, but I mean, just look at the HTC Wildfire, for instance, all metal casings, sort of, really good. And that's one thing I'll say about the iPhone, actually. I have never ever seen, because I've been an iPhone technician as well, till I was made redundant last year. I was actually an iPhone technician. One thing I can say about iPhone, now I did find the system quite boring, but them phones are made like a fucking brick. With the metal frames and stuff, and they're actually really good quality phones. Now you can smash the screen to pieces almost and that'll still work. They really are decent little phones. I only decided to get an iPhone because at the time I was an iPhone technician, full time, and I sort of happened to look on eBay and I found one with an audio fault. Now I know from experience, obviously, with it being my job at the time, well, if you get a speaker, if you hit the volume up or down, you get a speaker icon but with no volume bars, then the problem is always, or 9 times out of 10, is down to the dock connector, the charging port. So anyway, I bought this phone, £105 on eBay, in pretty decent condition. I took it out of the box and it came down. I literally just blew into the charger port and the sound worked, so that confirmed that. I changed the dock connector for about £2.58 or something daft, and I had a working phone. I had that for around about 18 months. Yeah, like I say, I'm now on a Nokia. I just use a little a Nokia Lumia 520 now. Fairly cheap phone, very cheap phone actually, low-end Nokia handset. And I really do quite enjoy it. The battery life is sort of pretty decent. Yeah, all in all, though, my favourite by far is definitely Android. That's just my opinion though, you can't beat Android when it comes to phones. The customization and the ease of use and stuff, and the they're really quite powerful phones. There's a hell of a lot you can do with them.